Good evening, students. Today I want to talk about long division again. And today specifically, zeros in the quotient. The quotient is the vocabulary word for the answer in long division. So I'm going to show you how we deal with zeros in our quotient. We start again by using our steps of long division. How many? Multiply, subtract, call for help, and repeat until finished. I ask myself, how many 8s go into 1? I put a 0 up here because 8 won't go into 1. This 0 is acting as a placeholder. It makes sure I don't put any other digits in that column and maybe get confused. It's good to add the 0. Then I ask myself, how many 8s will go into 16? Seeing I couldn't use the 1, I go one digit over. How many 8s in 16? Well, that's 2. And now I get on to my step 2, multiplication. 2 times 8 is 16. Next step would be subtraction. 16 minus 16 is 0. And here at this point, we need to call for help. I bring down the 0 for help. But alas, we have a problem. How many 8s go into 0? Well, that's pretty easy, because 0 doesn't have a value. So how many 8s go into 0? 0. And this is a frequent mistake. You have to make sure if you bring down a 0 for help and it can't be used, we need to indicate that by putting a 0 in the quotient. And then we just continue on as normal. I can do my multiplication. 0 times 8 is 0. And 0 minus 0 is 0. And then I can carry on by bringing down the 2. How many 8s go into 2? That would be 0. 0 times 8 is 0. Minus 2 is going to give me a remainder of 2. There's another way to do this as well. To save this step in here, I can do the exact same thing. 8 into 1, 0. 8 into 16, 2, and that is 16. I subtract. I have a 0 as a value. I bring down the 0 for help. How many 8s go into 0? Make sure you put that extra 0 in the quotient. In this case, I don't need to do the multiplication I did over here. It's an unnecessary step. I can actually just continue dropping numbers until one of them works. So at this point, how many 8s go into 2? It still remains 0. 0 times 8, 0, and subtract is 2. Another example of this is over here. How many 7s go into 3? 0. I put that as my placeholder above the 3. How many 7s in 35? Well, that would be 5. 5 times 7 is exactly 35. I do my subtraction. That's our third step. 35 minus 35 is 0. I need to bring down this value, the 0, over in this column for help. How many 7s go into 0? Well, that's going to be 0. So I indicate that by putting it in my quotient. I can just continue, as we learned here, I can just continue bringing down digits until one works. So how many 7s will go into 7? Of course, that's 1. 1 times 7 is 7. I subtract. There's nothing left to do. Repeat until finished. Well, at this point, I'm finished. So I know there's 1 or 2 questions we have in our homework package tonight that require this. So watch the video and use it. Hope it helps. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.